I don't care that she never cheated on me before. Why ask that dumb question? Now she's living with her mother, still begging me to take her back. She says she knows one day she'll be in my arms again. Ha, not. I've moved on already. I have a girlfriend, but I'll never marry again. Stephanie. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to everybody that came over from True Story over here to True Story Epic. Guys, I have new subscriber emails. They're going to be put out daily, every day. You guys read the title? Let's get into it. Ex-wife was asking for an open marriage. Till this day, she still begs me to take her back. Hello, True Story. I hope all is well with you. I noticed you took a break. Email me and let me know if you can read my story or not. If not, that's okay. Maybe you could reply back with your thoughts. Anyway, in 2010, I divorced my wife. I actually filed in 2008. She spent 2 years trying to stop the divorce, saying that I was petty for filing over a question. And guess what? My family, along with her family, both thought I was wrong and petty for divorcing her, and I was only looking for an excuse to do so. No, my wife basically was asking me to open our marriage because she wanted permission to cheat. Point blank, period. No reason to sugarcoat anything. It probably didn't help either that the economy was in a crap hole. I actually lost my position as a surveyor, environmental field technician. At the time, I only held an associate's degree, and I was one of the first to get let go from that company. I made good money, but when I lost my job, my ex-wife had been paying for everything for 2 months, and she was not happy. One day, I remember, she cried to me saying she never imagined life would be this way. She thought one day she'd be able to quit working and stay home so we could have kids and she'd be a housewife. I told her I was doing everything, and I truly was doing everything to get back to work. The best I could do was $11.50 an hour at Lowe's. I'll tell you all this though. Another company, well, more so a friend I knew from community college, told me his company would be hiring in a few months, and he put a good word in for me and said they did see my resume and I was on top of the list. That day was the day my wife was asking me the dumbest question ever. I don't care that she never cheated on me before. Why ask that dumb question? Now she's living with her mother, still begging me to take her back. She says she knows one day she'll be in my arms again. Ha, not. I've moved on already. I have a girlfriend, but I'll never marry again. Stephanie has been married before as well, and her husband cheated on her with her blood sister. The man told Stephanie that he thought it was her and he was too drunk. Wild, man. Stephanie and her sister never saw eye to eye and still don't today after she slept with her ex-husband. So anyway, my ex-wife in 2008, after an argument, told me that things need to change within our relationship. This time I was working the 2 jobs, so she no longer had to pay for everything, but we did split the bills. I thought she was referring to that, but she said that I no longer satisfy her in the bedroom. Our bedroom did decrease, but it wasn't non-existent. She hated it every time we did it, and she thinks that we should consider an open arrangement. My exact words to her were, "You have lost your effing mind. And seeing how you are as my wife, when we are faced with the loss of income and stumble onto hard times, I no longer want to be married to you. I'm filing for divorce." And I left our apartment. She didn't stop me while I was packing my bag, which is why I was a little surprised when she came crawling back to me. I found a lawyer, a woman, who I actually had great conversations with. Actually, a lot of what the men in this space talk about, she talked about to me. She told me how she would never want her sons to marry because marriage has zero benefit for men. and most get screwed. I was in a good situation because of my loss of income. With 2 jobs, my ex-wife still made more than me. Check this out as well, guys. My lawyer allowed me to live in her rental rent-free for 5 months. Things worked out so great. During the divorce process, my ex-wife told my family and her family that she simply was asking me a question about a book she was reading about polygamy, and I flipped out. Both families talked down on me, told me I was going against my vows and I must have wanted to leave my wife for someone else. I told everyone what she was asking and how she told me I wasn't satisfying her. No one, not a single person believed me. Man, that hurt. Felt like the only person I had to lean on was my lawyer. She really felt bad for me. It was not an inappropriate relationship. I never slept with her. It wasn't inappropriate at all. And I don't think that was her intention ever. She truly cares about men. She's practically the only woman I felt that understood men's pain. When it came to marriage and relationships and being cheated on and being taken advantage of by wives and ex-wives having kids used against them, she told me so many stories. Man, if I could reach out to her and tell her about you, true story, maybe she'd write you or something. I don't know, probably not. She probably doesn't have the time, but this woman is truly out here trying to save lives and helping men as best as she could. I even referred her to a guy I worked with who was going through a divorce, and he did hire her. My wife didn't know that I started the new job. She thought I was still at Lowe's the whole time, but she started crawling back, telling me how she was sorry for asking for an open marriage. I told her she lied to our family and they think I'm a piece of crap. I told her to tell everyone the truth. She refused and said, "Who cares what they think? Let's just forget this all happened and move on." I told her no. I continued with the divorce. She carried this on for 2 years. It was a headache. I will admit something to you, true story. My ex-wife and I did sleep together twice during that divorce process. I was weak and she definitely seduced me. No excuse, I take full responsibility. But eventually she stopped being difficult and our divorce was finalized. I met Stephanie during my divorce process. Stephanie really is a good woman. We understand each other very well. When my ex-wife saw me with her one day at a TGI Fridays, that's when she started harassing me. Long texts professing her love, even emails. She really was trying. Until this day, she still wants me back. She recently told my mother that losing me was the worst mistake ever. She hates that I'm with another woman, and she's never been able to move on because she loves me. The recent experience in Target was hilarious. So Stephanie and I were doing some shopping together. We had been in the store maybe 35 minutes when I heard someone scream my name, "Lance! Lance!" Stephanie and I both turn around and my ex-wife is approaching us slowly. She's crying. Both Stephanie and I are licensed carriers. I was just watching her look a miserable mess, and when I looked over at Stephanie, she put her hand in her purse, and I know what she was preparing for. She was clutching. My ex-wife stopped and said, "Lance, how are you? Can I hug you?" Stephanie said, "Absolutely not." My ex-wife dropped to her knees and said, "Lance, I will allow you to keep her, but I want you as my husband again. She can stay, no problem, but I need you in my life." Stephanie grabbed me and said, "Let's go." My ex-wife let out the biggest scream. "No, please." Steph and I walked away while my ex-wife stayed on the floor crying. She has completely lost her mind. My mom told me that she's getting help with therapy, and she's really messed up after what I did to her. At this point, I'm ready to cut off family, everyone, completely besides Stephanie. My mom and other family truly believe that I divorced my ex-wife for no reason. I'm looked at as a villain in everyone else's eyes, besides Stephanie and my lawyer that looked out for me. True story, thanks for what you do, good sir. You're saving lives, man.